ProGold XP online tutorial. Topic 10. Closing a transaction. The closing process is the final step in a transaction. Any final details are entered, and the commission is calculated with either the checks being cut or a statement being printed. Also, franchise reporting on the closing may occur. Processing a closing. Under the Properties menu, click on Work with Properties and select a pending property from the search screen. In the property area of the file, verify that the information is correct, especially the dates and prices. Also, if you track the office on the other side of the deal, ensure that the co-op company and agent are also selected. Next, go into the Agent tab and verify all of your company's agents are selected in the screen and on the appropriate side. If there is more than one agent on a side, change the units to reflect how the agents are splitting the transaction between them. There is only one unit per side, so if there are multiple agents, then their units must equal 1. ProGold will use this information in the calculation of the commission. In the Buyer-Seller tab, you can add any additional information that might be missing for the buyer or seller. You will also see a binoculars icon next to the buyer and seller names. This allows you to search the Contact Manager Professional for that client. If you find a match, double-click on the name to bring the person's information into the property. This saves typing and brings in any deductions that might be attached to that contact. It also shows the origin of the contact below the binoculars icon. Commission tree. The commission tree is where the commission process is started in ProGold. On the left side of the screen is the initial breakdown of the gross commission. If the left side of the screen is not populated, click Populate Commission Tree in the bottom left corner, and ProGold will calculate the information. ProGold calculates the gross commission from the sales price and the commission percent. You can either manually alter the total percent or change the gross commission amount. By default, ProGold splits the commission 50-50 between the listing and selling sides. Again, if that is not correct, you can change the percent. Once you have made a manual change, do not click Populate Commission Tree again, or the changes will be overridden. For your side of the transaction, ProGold will display the side GCI, amount of deductions that reduce the GCI, adjusted GCI, amount of total deductions, and net GCI. The adjusted GCI is the amount that will be used to calculate the split between the agent and the office and reflects the side GCI minus any company deductions that reduce GCI. As soon as you click Populate Commission Tree or make a change to the information on the left side of the screen, ProGold resets the company deductions on the right side of the screen. These are the deductions that come only off the top. Any deductions that are set as default will automatically appear in the yellow area, and others can be selected and changed as necessary. Clicking the blue arrow above the deductions will expand the deduction area and show you more details on the company deductions. The drop-down underneath deduction allows you to select other company deductions that are part of this transaction. If the amount is different than listed, simply override the amount in the Approve column to reflect what should be taken out. The next step is to click the Auto Calculate button in the bottom right corner. This looks at the agent's commission plan and performs a split between the company and the agent. To view the calculations, go back to the Agent tab to review the commission amounts listed. After that, return to the Commission Tree tab and click the Process Commissions button, and ProGold will open the Commission Deductions Calculation screen, which shows the agent's portion of the commission. Processing commission checks. In the upper right corner is the agent's gross commission and the percent they were paid at. Changes can be made to either one of those fields if needed. There is another yellow area to take deductions off the bottom. If any were set as default in the agent's profile, then they would automatically be added to this transaction. Select any other deductions that need to be taken out of the agent's check, and then click Verify at the top of the screen. Below the percent in the upper right corner is the AR balance. If the agent's receivables have not been paid, the balance appears, and this can be taken directly out of the commission. In the bottom right corner is an Agent Receivables button. This opens the receivables screen and allows you to select how much of the agent's receivables to take out of the commission. The Amount Paid field defaults the entire amount owed, But if less is being taken out, then change the amount in that field. Click the Auto Allocate button at the bottom of the screen to apply the payment to the invoices, and then click Post Payments to complete the payment. ProGold will return you to the previous screen and add the receivables amount as a deduction and reduce the net check amount. On the right side of the screen are several options in red text. Checking account selects the account that the commission checks will be cut from. The next option selects the expense account that will be used when the checks are processed. Close date will default to the current date and can be overridden if necessary. Create additional checks signals ProGold to generate the additional checks that were created as part of this transaction. And Consolidate Deduction Checks combines checks that are made to the same vendor. The Create Checks button completes the commission process and closes out the property. When the button is selected, ProGold will bring up the check number verification screen to verify the check number and then generate the commission and deduction checks and update the bank account. Processing Cash Disbursement Statement. For those companies that do not cut their own commission checks and would like to generate a commission disbursement statement, the checking account and expense account can be set to the same number. Setting the checking account to an account that is not associated with a bank account notifies ProGold to generate a statement when Create Checks is selected. You also want to make sure that no deductions are set to actually generate a check, or the statement will not appear. For either process, the system will then change the status of the property to closed, update the 1099 records and production reports. If the commission has been processed and a change needs to be made to the closing, then in the Commission Tree tab of the property, there is an Undo Closing button which will void the checks created and unpost all entries made. Then the closing can be changed and redone. Closing information in ViewMyListing.com. When a property is closed in ProGold, the closing details are viewable by the agent in ViewMyListing.com. In the Properties tab, the agent can select to view the closed properties from the search criteria. When any closed property is selected, the close date, side, volume, gross, net commission, and 1099 amount are all viewable on the right side of the screen. Closed properties will also appear in the transaction report found on the left side of the screen. When the report is run, a date range can be selected to show the closings that occurred during that date range with the commission details for each closing. This gives the agent a production printout of their transactions. Before processing closings in ProGold, verify that your deductions are set up and applied to the transactions correctly, and make sure that the information for the calculation of the agent's commission split is correct. Closings can then be processed in ProGold. If you have any questions on this topic, contact Tarot Systems Enhancement HelpNet Center at support@tarotnetwork.com.